We have some sun. Good morning, guys. My name is Morgan and welcome to today's video. It is a tad windy, but that's not going to stop me from getting to these tomatoes today. I need to prune this huge hedge behind me, and I'm going to take you guys through the entire step and show you exactly step by step how to prune tomatoes and what to look out for. The first thing I do is inspection. I go around and look at each plant, look at the general plant and see what is happening. Are there suckers? Are there lots of leaves? What do I really need to do to this bush in order to get it nice and pruned well? I'm gonna have to bring you guys in up close and personal to show you exactly what I'm looking for. So here you can see here's one plant and it doesn't have any really strong suckers, so it looks like this is just going to be a single stem, so I'm going to leave it as one stem. But here you can see that the single stem here at the bottom has branched off into two stems. So this one was a sucker and it's grown all the way up till the top here. So this one I'm going to leave as a two stem plant. And all these little suckers here, I'm just going to break those off because we don't want the plant to be spending any energy creating more plant when we're wanting fruit. And if I do find some really nice sized suckers, I just do a little pruning at the bottom here, cut each leaf in half, and then cut off any little tomatoes that might be starting. And then I literally just push them into some compost here, and I do have some organic grow fertilizer on here as well, so that's going to give them some nice food for the long run. So let me show you guys exactly how I prune a single stem plant. I'm going to come down to the bottom and I'm going to start right from the first leaf and trim all those leaves, and there you can see a sucker as well, so that's going off as well. And I'm going to keep pruning until I maybe have 3 or 4 leaves up top. So here's a tomato truss, so we're going to leave that obviously. But here you can see, if I remove these leaves now, there's a single stem coming up, and this truss was when it was extremely hot, so a lot of the tomatoes fell off. But here's a really healthy one, so that one's going to stay. And then I think I've got 1, 2, here's another sucker, we can take that off. 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves basically, because most of the photosynthesizing happens up top here, nothing happens at the bottom. There's no sun that reaches down here anyways, so none of these leaves do any work. So I'm going to be pruning them pretty well. And then over here I'm going to show you guys an example of one where I was actually able to find a nice healthy sucker and leave it so that I can have one plant that basically turns into 2. So what I'm going to do is trim off that leaf and then basically treat each stem as its own plant. So I'll follow this one and I'll trim off that little leaf over there, trim off that leaf over there, and just go around and remove any of the suckers and any of the leaves until I have 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves on the one, and 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves on the second one. And I am going to be doing another string for a Florida weave method because I have one at the bottom, and once I've done one on the top I'll take the bottom one off because there's not going to be a need for the one at the bottom. But now it is just time to do a lot of tedious work, a lot of time consuming work, trimming all of these tomatoes before we can trellis it up. Pile is looking absolutely amazing. It's extremely windy, but check this out. Here I have the tomatoes all pruned and looking amazing. So there's one with 2, there's one with 1, there's another one with 2. So some of them, they just did not have any suckers that I thought were going to do really well, and I thought that the plant would be better off just having one single stem instead of trying to force itself to make more suckers. So I just trimmed those ones off. But everything is looking amazing now. I can finally see underneath here and actually give the tomatoes the desired airflow that they have been wanting this whole time, because tomatoes actually love a good load of airflow. And what I did with the trellising is this string was just a little bit lower, so all I did was I just lifted it up. So yeah, there we go, looking really, really cool. Very good sound to see earthworms. Beautiful. And then something I'm doing as well is just giving them a little bit of food. This is the Organic Grow Power Frass. It's made from insect frass, over 10 insect species actually, which is really insane. And it's going to help build the soil structure, it's going to help keep the plants nice and strong and healthy, and help them fight against diseases and pests and all kinds of things. It really makes your plants really strong. So I'm just going to give a light little sprinkle, and then I'm just going to mix it in the soil just a little bit. And as you can see, I'm not really too careful about the lettuce plants that I have at the bottom here, because they're actually not going to grow, they're not going to work, because the canopy from the tomato plants is blocking out almost like all of the sun. So I'm kind of just leaving them there as like a mulch or like a living mulch, and if there were any pests and diseases that were to come, they'd attack the dying lettuce first instead of the tomato, so it kind of keeps the tomatoes safe as well. Alright, that is where I'm going to end today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you learned a little something about pruning tomatoes. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram and on Patreon if you'd like to further support creating some beautiful videos for you guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and until next time, have a wonderful day and stay active in the garden.